Delusion trigger cancels skip. Unless I did a misclick or something during the game, every time we had that little circular thing come around our character's view, that was showing that there was some sort of delusion occurring. And then I could choose to make it more intense. Either left click on left trigger for... Actually, there's even buttons on the side that I think I tried to click at 1.2 myself. I don't remember when I did that. I just know like I was trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is this? Because if it explained it, I wasn't aware of it. But apparently I can influence the game throughout the entire game every time that stuff occurs. Left trigger is happy thing. Right trigger is unhappy thing. Great. So, I also saw a thing there to change costume. I turned that on. I really don't know what that's going to do. Also increase text speed settings. So we're doing like a speed run sort of thing. So, videos from this point on will basically be speed run. Won't be very much reading. But, yeah, I'm going to try to get the other things. So, videos from this point on will be me just sort of speed running through, but also... Yeah. I'll probably try to read the one thing. Let's have a good CG up for you guys. So, let's see if I can look through. What's a cool picture? Ah. Everyone's like, why? What? What's the hide the... It says right there. Okay, so I'll just have this up while I'm reading. I'm not going to be doing this too long. Again, I do need to try to do short videos, but fuck. Introduction. Please note that this guide is intended for use with the Committee of Zero overall patch, which I probably won't be doing because it's, going on YouTube. But if you haven't already, we highly recommend installing this patch. It introduces a wide range of improvements to the base Kia and Noah experience, including but not limited to an enhanced series consistent translation, the restoration of censored story content, numerous bug fixes, and much more. A full list of improvements can be found on the project. Well, it's cool that there is a uncensored version of what I played. I don't think I could show whatever was being censored on YouTube. I'm not sure. At different points in Chaos and Noah, you will come into contact with the delusion trigger system, which Lunar D8 basically ignored the entire game. I think there might have been, like, and you can even see, like, there's a green button and a red button on the sides. Which, I think at one point I tried to put the mouse over and click on it, did nothing. But, maybe I had to click on it a certain way. I don't know. So I don't know if I even... But yeah. Click the green button or left trigger controller to lock into a positive delusion. Click the red one to click into a negative delusion. Or proceed normally to stay in reality. So, the version of the game I did was the one where we just stayed in reality the whole time. Which means there's whole, like, extra, like, shit that could have been happening. And this means multiple playthroughs for this. I have to go through the whole game again to get all the negative responses, apparently. And go through the game and get all the positive ones. I think I might do the positive ones first. But yeah, that's just funny. Click the green button. Or press left trigger on the controller to lock into a positive delusion. Click the red button or right trigger to lock into a negative delusion. Or proceed normally to stay in reality. That's what I did. I don't think I even triggered a single one at a single time. But that's what the whole point of this little building thing circling around us all the time was. It was supposed to be me making a choice. And I didn't know that, but apparently I was still making a choice because your choice is, good, bad, or nothing. And I basically went with nothing, so unless I accidentally triggered a couple times without understanding. So, I guess we'll go through and see what happens with that. Over on the side, I can see, okay, there's the preface, talking about the delusion trigger warning, which, here's the thing. Game developers, if you explain this game mechanic, I apparently wasn't paying attention. Because I was just, every time I'm seeing this, like, oh, this is just something to try to immerse me into the fact that, okay, there's something wrong with the character. I didn't know I was supposed to be making some sort of decision. If you told me at any point, I forgot. But yeah, on the side we have ending A, Silent Sky, which is the one I got. And then we have ending B, which is Crying Sky. Then we have an Anami route, a Yua route, a Yasei route, a Kozue route, a Senna route, a Rimi route, a Blue Sky route. And then, I guess Blue Skies... and then there's remaining achievement cleanup, thanks to notes. Okay. Silent Sky ending A. This is the game's common route. It is required in order to access the rest of the game. Okay! Thank you! So it wasn't that I'm just a fuck-up. I mean, that too, but still. It's basically that I had to play the game the way I did. Granted, I could have probably done the positive negative delusions thing, but at the end of the day, I had to get the ending I got initially for my first playthrough. Okay, so, and it says even choose any delusions you wish. So nothing I did mattered at that point. So the first playthrough is more like the standard kinetic, linear visual novel experience, where I really don't have much influence. The only thing I could influence was, okay, the nurse wore glasses. And what else? The little quiz thing. But yeah, wow. And there's even multiple versions of this ending, too. So I might not be able to do everything because it might get a bit complicated. But Silent Sky, this is the game's common route. It is required in order to access the rest of the game. Choose any delusions you wish. There is one bad ending in this route triggered by making too many mistakes on a certain set of choices. It is recommended to try and solve it yourself first, but the answers will be below should you need them. Is it when I was doing the skyscraper thing? Once you reach this ending, I'm going to favorite this page, just so I can come back to it in the future, because I'm going to need it. There's one bad ending triggered by making too many mistakes in certain set of choices. It is recommended to try to solve this yourself first, but the answers will be below should you need them. Once you reach this ending, certain delusions will now appear with the yes or no prompts on your next playthrough, okay? As a general rule, in order to reach a character route, you must enter a specific delusion for each character and answer its subsequent prompts correctly. Bad ending. To get the bad ending, invert the answers below. Yes, yes, no, no, yes. Okay. To proceed with common route. Do I even have a chapter 6 available at the moment? To get the bad ending, invert the answers below. Yes, yes, no, no, yes. So there's an additional ending I could have gotten there. Crying Sky ending B. This route is sole exception to the rule mentioned before. Rather than simply selecting a certain delusion and answering prompts correctly, it requires a specific delusions to be viewed. Start a new game, then view it. Start a new game, then view at least 10 of the following 18 delusions. Skip any route. Skip any route question prompts you might encounter along the way by giving only yes answers, and avoid the bad ending in Chapter 6 by answering those questions correctly. Chapter 1, neutrals. Chapter 2, positives. Chapter 3, a positive and a negative. Chapter 4, neutral, negative. Chapter 5, positive, negative. 6, positive, neutral. Chapter 7, negative, negative. Chapter 8, neutral, negative. Chapter 9, positive, neutral. Okay. Nanami route, positive. Is there anything but cola? No, yes, no, yes, yes. As you progress, Nanami related intermission will appear during the story. Skip mode will be disengaged during these scenes. Be sure to read them for additional context. The game will branch into the route in Chapter 6. Yua route. Neutral, I felt bad. No, no, yes, yes, yes. As you progress, a handful of Yua-related intermissions will be interspersed with the story, the skip mode. The game will branch into route of Chapter 7. Skip mode, disengage. A Yase route. Negative, looked at me. Yes, no, yes. Chapter 2. Yes, no, yes, yes, yes. As you progress, a handful of Yase-related intermissions will be interspersed throughout the story. The skip mode will disengage during these scenes. Be sure to read them for additional context. The game will branch into the route in Chapter 7. Causeway route. Positive. Chapter 3. Sure enough. Yes, 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 no. As you progress, a handful of Causeway-related intermissions will be interspersed throughout the story. The skip mode will disengage during these scenes. Be sure to read them for additional context. Okay. Game will branch to Chapter 7. Senna route. She'd actually swung. Yes, yes. Chapter 3. Yes, 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 no. As you progress, a Senna-related intermission will appear during the story. Skip mode, disengage. Game branch to Chapter 7. Remi route. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. I felt bad. Chapter 1. As you progress, a handful of Remi-related intermissions will be interspersed throughout the story. The skip mode will disengage during these scenes. Be sure to read them. Additional game will branch into route in Chapter 8. Blue Sky ending. Accessible from the title menu after all other routes. So you have to do everything else to get to this. And after playing for a bit, you'll be met with a series of choices. It is recommended to try and solve it yourself first, with the answers below. Should you ending AA? Yes, yes, no, 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 yes, 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 yes. Okay, wow. Any deviation from the result will result in ending A. Prelude. Accessible from the title menu after Blue Sky. Remaining achievements and cleanup. The final achievements are tied to viewing all delusions, tips, CGs, as well as 2 specific results from medical questionnaire you fill out in Chapter 2. Simply view all the delusions, positive, negative, and neutral. This should help you get most of the CGs and tips as well. However, there are a couple CGs variants that result from how you answered Grimm's questionnaire in Chapter 1. Depending on your choice, a Hazuki will wear glasses or not wear glasses. For the questionnaire, you need to submit it twice, once with all the boxes checked and once with no boxes checked. Thanks. Notes: unauthorized rehosting of the guide is not condoned. Please do not rehost or modify this guide. And host a space of permission. Contact staff at stuff I can't read. It's on the Steam community page. But yeah, if you guys want to do the guide yourself, but this is me just like found an issue with this guide, have feedback, feel free to comment below or email us. Well, fuck. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I still don't, like, even though they did stuff with, I don't really understand what I'm reading. But I guess we're going to be doing the, we're going to do positive delusions first, then we're going to do negative delusions, and then we're going to try to get the different endings. So, yeah. This is confusing. Bye, guys.